Hello, landlords. One of the questions I'm asked on a regular basis is, what do I need to rent my property out? So we advise a lot of investors, professional investors, and also landlords who are just maybe moving house and retaining the one they've got. They don't necessarily have a large portfolio, and they're becoming a landlord by circumstance more than anything else. And so many questions are asked as to what do I need to do to get my property ready for renting, excuse me, and what do I need certificate-wise in order to get my property rented out. So here are the things that you need to do. The first one is an Energy Performance Certificate, EPC. That is a 10-year document. It must be at a minimum E grade with the current legislation. And you must have one of those in place to either sell or rent your property. The second thing is, if there's gas in the property, then you must have a landlord gas safety certificate, also known as a CP12, and that needs to be renewed on an annual basis. The third thing is, we must have smoke alarms on every level of the property. They can be battery operated. That is fine, but we must have one on every level of the property. The next thing, an EICR, Electrical Inspection Condition Report. This is a 5-year certificate, and this must be in place again before a tenant moves into the property. All of these documents have to be served along with deposit, prescribed information, and certain other documents before a tenant signs the tenancy agreement. We also advise landlords who have been living in their house and maybe putting up with little niggly things like door handles loose or loose taps, etc. You might have been putting up with that because you owned the property, but tenants moving in, they won't put up with it. They'll expect the property to be well maintained, and all of those little niggly things, because they're paying rent, they will expect those to have been resolved before they move in. So we'd advise that the property is well maintained. Any small maintenance issues that have been outstanding are all rectified, and properties that are freshly decorated really do well on the rental market as well. Now, there are some circumstances, depending on where your rental property is, that you may also require a licence. That could be a selective licence by the council, depending on where it is, or that could be an HMO licence if your house is a house of multiple occupancy. That is something we can advise you on, as well, as we are specialists in that area. So those are the main things that you need certificate-wise and in preparation for renting your property out. There are, of course, other things as well which we can discuss with you in further detail. But if you need any assistance on renting a property out across the Essex area, then please do get in touch.